Hi students! For today's lesson, we have lesson number 3, Rational Functions. Rational Functions. A rational function is a function of the form f of x is equal to p of x all over q of x, where your p and q are polynomials and q is not equal to 0. Remember, the denominator on a fraction must not be equal to 0 because if it is equal to 0, then it will become undefined. Ano ba ito? Ito yung tipong sobrang lapit mo na, abot kamay mo na siya, pero kahit anong gawin mo, hindi mo pa din siya makuha. Dahil hindi naman talaga kayo ang para sa isa't isa, at pinipilit mo lang na pagtagpuin ang landas niyong dalawa. Sad, no? Pero patunay lamang siya na kahit anong lapit niyo ng dalawa, hindi mo pa rin mababago ang tibok ng puso niya. Tandaan mo, mala-asymptote man ang love life mo, at least kahit minsan mayroong isang taong nagturo ng leksyon sa'yo. For today's lesson, we have asymptote. For asymptote, it is a line that continually approaches a given curve but does not meet at any finite distance. This is an example of the graph of asymptote. The red broken line is called the asymptote, and then the curved line is called the graph, or this is one of the branch of our graph. Domain, the x values. Range, the y values. Vertical asymptote, this is the line where x is equal to a, is the vertical asymptote of the graph of f. If f of x approaches infinity or f of x approaches negative infinity as x approaches a, either from the right or the left. Horizontal asymptote, the line y is equal to b is the horizontal asymptote of the graph of the function. If f of x approaches b as x approaches infinity or x approaches negative infinity. Let's proceed with the parent functions. We have f of x is equal to a all over x minus h plus k. Your a there determines the size and the direction of the graph. If a is positive, then the graph will be in sections 1 and 3. If your a is negative, then the graph will be in sections 2 and 4. If the absolute of your a is greater than 1, then hyperbola's change is lower. If the absolute value of your a is less than 1, then the hyperbola's change quicker. H means the horizontal shift. This is the vertical asymptote, which is x is equal to the given number. And then your k is the vertical shift, or we call it as the horizontal asymptote, which is your y is equal to the given number. Again, for the parent function, we have f of x is equal to a all over x minus h plus k. Let's have f of x is equal to 1 over x. This function will have a vertical asymptote as 0 because your h here is 0. So, kung mapapansin nyo, wala kayong value ni h dito sa ating given. So, since walang value ni h, then wala tayong vertical asymptote or it is x is equal to 0. So, ito yung line na yon. Again, this is your vertical asymptote. Then, this function will have a horizontal asymptote at y is equal to 0 kasi wala rin kayong k na value dito. Since walang k na value dito, then your y also or horizontal asymptote will be on 0. So, ito yung magiging horizontal asymptote niya. This function will be a hyperbola which consists of two symmetrical parts called branches. So, this is the graph or the two branches of the given equation. Since positive yung 1, then your graph will be on section 1 and section 3. The domain the domain of this one are all real number except 0 is not equal, x is not equal to 0. Kasi pag ang x nyo ay equal to 0, tatama na siya sa inyong asymptote. Sabi nga, dapat hindi siya tumama sa asymptote. And then, for range, all real number except y is equal to 0. Okay? Again, going back to the first example, 1 over x. So, ito yung graph niya. It is on section 1 and 3 because a is positive. While if your a is negative, then it is on section 2 and 4. This time, mapapansin ninyo na still, andun pa rin ang ating vertical asymptote sa 0 at horizontal asymptote kasi wala pa rin tayong value ni h at ni k sa ating given. Ang nagbago lang is the position of the graph. Napunta siya sa section 2 and 4. If the absolute value of your a is greater than 1, then hyperbola change is lower. Halimbawa, f of x is equal to 7 all over x. Absolute value of 7, alam naman natin that it is greater than 1. So, mapapansin ninyo na mas malayo ng onte yung ating branches or yung ating graph sa ating asymptote. While if your absolute value of a is less than 1, then hyperbola change quicker. So, mas dikit siya sa ating asymptote. So, again, horizontal shift, it is the vertical asymptote. Halimbawa, 1 over x plus 3. So, may value na tayo ni h dito. So, ang value ni h natin is negative 3. Again, since minus h to, so you will reverse the sign of this one. Or, kung matatandaan nyo, we have x plus 3 is equal to 0. So, finding of x here, so, by subtracting 3 on both sides, so we have x is equal to negative 3. Okay? So, ang kalalabasan ng ating h dito ulit ay negative 3. Since negative 3 yung h at nandoon siya sa k natin, sa x-axis natin, hanapin natin yung negative 3 sa x-axis. So, from origin, going to left, 3 steps, 1, 2, 3. Then, put a broken line, pataas at pababa, or straight line. Next, vertical shift naman tayo. In this case, we have f of x is equal to 1 over x plus 3. So, since ang h natin dito ay 0, then ang vertical asymptote nyo ay nasa 0. Then, ang k natin ay positive 3. Since positive 3 siya, from y-axis, punta ka sa origin, then positive 3 going up, 3 steps, 1, 2, 3, then this will be your vertical shift or horizontal asymptote. Again, since positive yung 1 natin, nandun siya sa section 1 and 3. So, let's try an example. F of x is equal to 3 all over x plus 2 minus 3. So, first step, we need to list the characteristics. Since positive 3 to, then our hyperbola will be on section 1 and 3. Then, since absolute value of 3 is greater than 1, then it is a slow change. Our vertical asymptote is x is equal to negative 2 since x plus 2 ang meron tayo sa denominator. Then, horizontal asymptote natin is y is equal to negative 3, which is the value of your k. Next, second step is to graph our asymptote. Yung x natin dito ay negative 2, so andito siya. At yung y natin ay negative 3, so andito siya. Third step, we need to find 2 more points. First, if our x is 1, all we need to do to find y is substitute 1 to the given original equation. So, itong 1 mapupunta dito kay x. So, 1 plus 2, that is 3. 3 divided by 3, that is 1. 1 minus 3, that is equal to negative 2. Other point is negative 5. Let's try. Negative 5 plus 2, that is negative 3. 3 divided by negative 3, that will be negative 1. Negative 1 minus 3, that is equal to negative 4. Okay? Since nakuha na natin yung given ng y, then we can plot the 2 points. First, we have 1, negative 2. So, 1 yung x, negative 2 yung y. So, ito yung point natin. Next, negative 5, negative 4. So, negative 5 yung x, then negative 4 yung y. So, ito yung graph natin. Then, we'll draw the curved line or the 2 branches. Fourth step is to find the domain and range. The domain in this example are all real number except x is not equal to negative 2. And the range is all real number except y is not equal to negative 3. Let's try another example. So f of x is equal to negative 4 all over x minus 3 plus 1. First, list the characteristic. Our hyperbola will be in section 2 and 4 since negative ang ating a. Then it is a slow change because absolute value of negative 4 is greater than 1. Our vertical asymptote is x is equal to 1. Then our horizontal asymptote is y is equal to 3, since that is the value of our k. Second, let's graph our asymptote. So since ang nasa x-axis natin is positive 1, so ito yun. Then sa y-axis is positive 3, so ito siya. Third step is to find 2 or more points. If our x is 5, substitute natin sa original equation. So, 5 minus 1, that is equal to 4. Negative 4 divided by 4, that is negative 1. Negative 1 plus 3, that is equal to positive 2. The other point will be negative 3. So, negative 3 minus 1, that is negative 4. Negative 4 divided by negative 4, that is positive 1. So, 1 plus 3 is equal to positive 4. Then, let's plot the 2 points. 5, 2. So, this will be the 5, 2. Then, negative 3, 4. So, this will be the negative 3, 4. Fourth step is to find the domain and range. Domain are all real number except x is not equal to 0. And range are all real number except y is not equal to 3. I hope you learned something today. Thank you for listening. God bless.